So you're thinking of moving to Hinckley, Ohio? Well, in today's video, we're actually going to jump into a Google map and we're going to show you around Hinckley. It's a place that some call the perfect Northeast Ohio escape, where kind of that small town charm meets convenience. But stick around, because we're going to walk you through the map, the market, and the mojo behind one of Northeast Ohio's sought after small towns. So let's get into that right now. Hi, my name is Joe Latanzio and I'm with the Moving to Northeast Ohio team. And if this is your first time to the channel, then subscribe below and tap that bell for notifications if you want to know everything there is about living in Northeast Ohio. You know, my team and I, we get calls, texts, emails every single day from people just like you looking to make their move in Northeast Ohio. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All our contact info is in the description below. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move in Northeast Ohio. Okay, so let's get grounded on where Hinckley is, because, you know, location's everything, right? Hinckley is not a separate municipality, with its own local government or mayor or city council. Instead, it is a community within Hinckley Township, which is a political subdivision of Medina County, and it's governed by a board of trustees and a fiscal officer. So this is kind of a, what do they call that? Non-delineated. But one good thing is that there is no local income tax there. Okay, so let's talk about major cities, and I'll highlight those here. So you've got Cleveland, which is about 28 miles north, and you have Akron, which is around 26 miles south. Fairly easy for commuting, super conveniently located. So Hinckley, to get to Cleveland, you're hopping on 71, taking 71 all the way into Cleveland. You know, that's going to be a good 25 to 30 minutes, depending on traffic. And then Akron, a couple different ways to Akron, but you can shoot straight across 303 to 77 and take that right into Akron, or you can shoot straight across to Route 8, just depending on where you're going in Akron. So for all you frequent flyers out there, or those of you who travel for work and need to jump on a flight, you've got the Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, which is going to be north. That's going to be right here, Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, and that's fairly easy, to get to. So, just taking 71 straight north to the airport, it's going to probably be about a 30-minute drive, and it just depends, right, on traffic. You also have another airport, which is down in Akron. Now, that's the Akron-Canton Airport, but that's going to take an easy 50 minutes, and that's just, without issues with any kind of traffic. And I would say typically if you're going to jump on, to the Akron-Canton Airport, you're probably going to take 303 all the way to 77 and take 77 all the way down to the Akron-Canton Airport. So man, unless you got some crazy flight savings, or you just can't get a flight out and this is the only way to go, you're at about 50 minutes to get out there. So I'm going to zoom into Hinckley real quick, and I'm going to just show you, there's a couple of main roads in Hinckley. So you've got Route 3 that goes straight through Hinckley. That's your north and south. And then you've got Route 303, which is your east and west, take you in and out of Hinckley. And that's gonna give you access to all the major highways. So, you've got 71 here from 303. You've got, coming down here, you're able to access 271. And from 82, if you take 82 north, you can get also to 71 here as well. That's kind of a long way to go, but if you live up in this area, then maybe that's the route that you go. So easy access to 71. You got easy access to 271 through 71. You got the turnpike right here. I mean, you're all within minutes of any of the major highways that are going to take you north and south and, you know, through Northeast Ohio. Okay, so now let's talk about, you know, where the action is. You know, just because you love that peace and quiet, it's always nice to know what's going on around Hinckley. Where do I need to go to, you know, get into certain things? So you've got Strongsville, which is north, probably about 15-ish minutes, depending. You've got Strongsville right here. And, you know, a couple different ways to get to Strongsville, depending on where you're living in Hinckley. Really just 303 to 71, you know, and you're up into Strongsville. You've got major shopping in Strongsville. You've got the South Park Mall. Probably got about 150 plus stores in there, big box stores, whatever you've got, you know, whatever you need. Bunch of restaurants. I mean, just right there by 71, and that's not even heading down Pearl Road, which is here. So, you know, these are going to be your two major areas. I think when you come up to Strongsville, you know, you're going to hit these areas here for all of your shopping, all your restaurants. Brunswick's not too far away. Brunswick's actually straight across 303. So Brunswick is a straight shot across 303. And then again, in Brunswick, you know, most of your shopping is going to be all on 303. You know, most of your anything really that you need to get to is kind of going to be right there. And then of course you've got Medina, which, you know, has all of your festivals, and you've got more boutique shops, more so there in Medina. And you do have some other shopping like Target and Kohl's. So you've got some options. Now, nightlife though, and I talked about this in my pros and cons video. I mean, there is no nightlife in Hinckley unless you're having some kind of nightlife in your backyard. But, you know, you're traveling to Akron, or you're traveling to Cleveland to hit up some of the nightlife up there. And you also have North Royalton. There's some smaller shops up there, restaurants, and that's going to be straight up Route 3. And then you've got Brecksville will have some more shops and restaurants in Brecksville. You do have some stuff in Broadview Heights, not too big out there, maybe a couple of decent restaurants. Handel's ice cream's out there, and they're pretty tasty. So Hinckley really kind of puts you in a sweet spot. You've got this great semi-rural location. If you want to be away from all that hustle and bustle of, you know, any of those more congested suburbs, you've got access to all these little towns. You know, you're within 20 minutes, 25 minutes tops of all these other little towns and shopping and restaurants. And then, you know, you're within 35 minutes of two major cities, Cleveland and Akron. Okay, let's talk about the people who call Hinckley home, because, you know, knowing your neighbor is a big part of the community feel. Hinckley Township has just over 8,000 residents, and that's spread across almost 27 square miles. So it kind of gives you that perfect blend of, you know, privacy and that community vibe. The median age is around 43 years, and that kind of tells you that, you know, it's not a college town, but it's full of families, seasoned pros, you know, and I'm sure there's some empty nesters in there as well. So income-wise, you know, you're looking at a median household income that comes in at about $138,000. And that's well above Medina County and Ohio averages. So plenty of financial wiggle room for some prime day splurges and college savings out here in Hinckley. Now, as far as the housing market goes, over 96% of the homes are occupied, with a median home value sitting right around just under 426,000. So that tells me that, people aren't just passing through Hinckley. When they come, they plan to stay. And the families out here, they average about 2.9 people per household. And education levels out in Hinckley are pretty strong too. 95% of the adults have finished high school, and around 42% of them do hold a bachelor's degree or higher. All the factors that make it attractive to professionals and move-up buyers. And then you throw in the commute time, which averages right about 26 minutes. So not too bad to kind of balance out, you're close enough to, your major job hubs, but you're far enough for that calm, spacious home life. So Hinckley's a pretty well-educated, well-off community built on stability. And it's going to be ideal for families, career professionals, and, anyone who wants the comfort without all that congestion. Okay, let's zoom in and talk a little bit about some of the areas that are going to stand out, within Hinckley, because not every corner is going to be the same. That's actually what, makes this place so special. First, you've got the center area near Route 3 and Eastland Road. And, you're going to find a handful of local shops, post office, a couple of cafes. It's a little bit walkable. There's no bustling downtown here. It's quaint, it's convenient. And then over on the west side of Hinckley, in these areas right here, you're gonna look at, there's newer subdivisions there, built like in the early 2000s. So, you've got cul-de-sacs, you've got bigger yards, you've got some HOA managed communities. And, this area is going to be perfect if you're looking for more of a modern construction, a strong neighborhood. And if you head out north and to the east, right? Now we're talking wide wooded, 1 to 5 acre lots. It's going to be great for folks who want some privacy. If you've got a horse or two, or, you just want some serious breathing room, that's going to be where you want to be. And of course, we can't leave out the Hinckley Reservation area, especially near Bissell and Kellogg roads, because if you're an outdoorsy type, you're going to be in heaven. You've got trails, creeks, you got scenic drives all around, plus you're real close to Hinckley Lake Reservation. Now, what I love about Hinckley is it's not just one price point, it's got a solid range. I mean, you'll find everything from an entry-level home starting in the mid to high 300s, sometimes even less, usually a 3-bedroom ranch, colonial, maybe built in the 70s or 80s. And these are gonna be perfect for first-time home buyers or downsizers who, still want that land and that elbow room. And then we step up into the 500K to 700K range, where you're gonna start to see more updated homes, maybe 4-bedroom plus colonials, larger lots, finished basements. And then of course, Hinckley has its luxury market too. We're talking 800K plus, and you're often up into more acreage, custom builds, 3-car garages, you got vaulted ceilings, gourmet kitchens. So you get that luxury estate-like feel, without sacrificing location or access. Now, what's nice, regardless of price point, a lot of the homes here, especially the older homes, they come with privacy, mature trees, and that kind of Hinckley charm that, buyers tend to fall in love with. So let's go ahead and, get into the MLS and check out some active properties right now that are listed. All right, let's take a look at this one. This one here is listed for $239,900, currently on the market, 3-bedroom, 1-bath. It was built in 1932. It's got 864 square feet, but it sits on a half an acre lot. It's a nice setting, small house. Oh, look at that, that's nice. I like the wood work they've done here with the beams because they raised the ceiling. There's a little kitchen, galley kitchen, but it's updated. And for a small place, it seems like it's got a little space to it. The perception is anyways. older cabinetry, you know, in the bathroom. So, I mean, you see some of the dated, but it's fairly updated. Nice bedrooms. They decorated really nice. So it's a cute house, I guess you call it. Nice half finished basement. Well, I mean, not really finished, but nice half basement that it has. And look at that lot. You get a half acre. You've got a lot of trees, a lot of privacy going on. You know, a little garage in the back there. So it's a nice little home. This one here is $524,995, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Built in 1961. It's got 6.16 acres, which is huge for a lot. Let's take a look at these pictures. So it's a ranch style home. It's got that big building right there. That's nice. That's a nice selling feature right there, that big building. Now, they're not showing any pictures of inside the house. So to me, that tells me that, you know, it's gonna need some work. But you're sitting on a pretty nice lot, 6.16 acres. Oh, look at that building. The building was really nice. So I imagine the house is gonna need some work. Put a little elbow grease and love into it, but that building's nice. Let's take a look at, $529,900. Let's see what this house has in store. So this is a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom built in 1976. It's got 2,716 square foot with 300 square foot in the basement, and it's sitting on a 1.5 acre lot. So it's a colonial, nice front porch, ceramic tile kitchen. Countertops are kind of dated. Nice flooring, a lot of oak trim. That's the probably the finished portion of the basement. Got cathedral ceilings in the bedroom. So the kitchen looks like Formica countertops, older oak cabinetry. Nice backyard. So a little dated with with some of the finishes, the oak finishes. Definitely dated in that bathroom right there with the dual sink. Big laundry room. Partially finished area in the basement. The yard's nice though. That's 1.5 acres, so a lot of privacy it seems. Mature trees. Got a couple sheds in the backyard. You got a nice patio out back. So that's a nice colonial. $529,000. Let's see here, $799. So you got a few $799,000 houses. So let's take a look at Let's take a look at this one right here. That's this one here is a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, built in 2020, has 2,425 square feet of living space and almost 1,500 square feet in the basement for a total of almost 4,000 square feet. That's listed at $79.99. Now that's nice. Granite, all brick. All white kind of cabinetry. You got some nice lights. You got puck lighting throughout. A lot of counter space. Open into the kitchen area or the living room area. Nice fireplace with the stone veneer. So only 5 years old. Nice backyard. I noticed that there's no trees. No trees like you would find in a older neighborhood. Nice bathroom, granite. 2 separate sinks, ceramic tile finishes. You've got ceramic tile showers, glass doors, lots of windows, nice bathroom finishes, big laundry room, huge basement. There's that 1,500 square foot of basement. And I think down here, you've got puck lighting throughout the basement. And then you still have additional space, that you could finish off. Nice big yard. Nice covered patio. Yeah, and you got some trees, but not as many as some of those wooded lots. Nice stone front, brick, stone veneer. There's another $800,000 property. Let's take a look at this one. 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. It was built in 1987. You've got 3,500 square foot of living space, another 1,000, almost 1,100 in the basement. And you're sitting on 1.78 acres. Oh, they're actually listed at $849,900. It had a price decrease to $799,900. $50,000 price decrease. Granite countertops. All right, now here's where you're seeing the dated kitchen. That's that 80s cabinetry. Ceramic tile floor. So a little dated, kind of eat-in kitchen. Nice living room. Looks to be a 4 seasons room on one side and then a 2 seasons room back behind this area here. That's nice, all ceramic tile throughout. Nice wood ceilings, got skylights in there, overlooking the backyard. Some nice finishes, you got ceiling molding going all the way around. Got your own little private balcony there off the bathroom. Granite countertops, separate tub. Got a couple of big rooms in this house. And that bedroom's got its own private bathroom. And that one too has its own, again, dated. So a little dated, could be why it's kind of been hanging on the market. A lot of things going on in there, but it looks like it's got a nice backyard. It's wow, look at the size of that deck. That's a lot of space out there. It's a lot of entertaining. And it's got a pool. Or does this one have the pool? I do believe so. Yeah, it does. A lot going on in that backyard. So it's nice, it's kind of big, it's kind of private. You get your own basketball court. Surrounded by trees, love that. So that was what, 687. So older, surrounded by trees, get that nice privacy going on. That's $950,000. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, built in 1996, 7,000 square feet. This one's on 2.33 acres. Let's take a look inside. You got a nice front porch, nice mature trees. That's kind of got a cozy feel to it. I like the stone in the kitchen. You get granite countertops. Nice recessed lighting. Now that's a nice sink. That's a nice farm sink. I don't understand how they make those other ones small. I love farm sinks. Gives you enough room to wash all your stuff. Nice lighting in the kitchen. Kind of like a little cozy kitchen. Nice dining room. You got nice fireplace. This is a nice room. Look at the size of that one. I love the wood ceiling on here. That's nice. You get looks like a wood burning fireplace. Get your own private bar. Somebody likes bourbon. Shiplap, decorative finish on the walls. Ceramic tile. You got some decorative lights. Wow, that room is all wood. That's kind of nice. Now, get into the bathroom, bedroom. That bedroom has a bathroom off. Big walk-in closets. There's a big basement. Lots of room down there. Create a whole nother finished area of living space. I love this. That is great back there. That's so nice, that covered patio. Overlooking the backyard. And that's really private. Look at that, the wood ceilings and the beams. That's really nice. I like the color too. It kind of blends in with the with your surroundings. Nice private backyard. $949,000. So you've got a few 800,000s, a couple 900,000s. This one is almost 1.3 million. Let's take a look at this. 5-bedroom, 6-bath, built in 2006. Almost 4,400 square foot. It's got almost a 1,900 square foot basement, and it sits on 2.3 acres. Oh, I drove past this the other day. All brick, besides the back. So you got a brick front, vinyl siding on the sides and back. Nice 2-tiered deck with a patio, stamped patio underneath. Looks like nice hardwood floors. Oh, that's tile on the floor. That's nice decorative. 2-light window or door on the side of the door there. Coffered ceilings. Wainscot. That's nice finish. So you got some high-end wood finishes in this house. Wood flooring. A lot of windows. A lot of natural light coming in. Big kitchen. eat-in kitchen area. Looks like cherry kitchen cabinets with granite countertops, tray ceilings, all wood floors. Well, that bedroom has a fireplace in it. That's nice. Separate shower and bath, 2 sinks, dual sinks, big laundry room. You got some big bedrooms, decent size. A lot of granite throughout the house. Some more wood decorative finishings downstairs. Oh, that's nice. Nice wood burner. I like that. And you got a whole kitchenette down there with a full bath. Private loft area. All nice finished off with wood. That's nice. Oh, you get your own sauna. Big walk-in closet. Big garage. Nice composite deck. That'll last you a long time. And a big backyard. Not too many trees. Built in 2006, so you know it's only 20 years. Almost 20 years old, the neighborhood. But it's a big lot, 2 acres. Let's take a look at this one. One last one for the road. 1.5 million. This one's a 5-bedroom, 6 bathrooms, built in 1998, 4,500 square foot with a 2,000 square foot basement. And it's sitting on a 2.1 acre lot, so pretty decent sized lot. Let's take a look at, it's got all brick. Is that all brick finish? It looks to be all brick, a lot of windows. That's a decent sized lot. Got a lot of trees near their house, so it'll kind of give you a little bit of privacy and shade. So this one's very decorative, nice flooring, very white. Decorative spindles, tray ceilings, nice kitchen. Oh, I like that. I like that granite. You got granite backsplash as well. Gourmet stove. Chef stove, I think maybe they call that. That's nice. Built-in fridge. You get your own kitchenette downstairs in the basement. That's huge. I mean, 2,000 square feet. That's a small house in your house. Decorative flooring. Looks like ceramic tile maybe. So everything's finished. Everything looks pretty modern. Kind of elegant, right? Definitely not, doesn't seem to be 1998. I mean, looks like they've done some changes. Wainscot, you got the decorative spindles again. Fairly decent sized rooms. It's kind of an odd room with the sink like that. Huge walk-in closet. And then another bedroom with a fireplace. The pillars in the bathroom. What is that? Marble floor. Wow, that's huge. That's a huge bathroom. Now the outside doesn't really match the elegance of the inside, but I do like the outside yard. Nice privacy. So 1.5 million. So there you have it. That's kind of some of the properties that are on the market in Hinckley, Ohio. Well, there you have it. The map, the market, and the mojo of a little sought after semi-rural town in Northeast Ohio. Thanks for hanging out with us till the end. We greatly appreciate you. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful. We're going to cover more in Hinckley, Ohio, so make sure that you subscribe and you smash that bell for notifications. We definitely want to hear your feedback about living in Hinckley. It's going to help everyone who's watching the channel. I mean, I can't see not much to dislike. Well, maybe the bugs that were attacking me in the woods, but you know, share some of your comments below. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 9 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. Better yet, schedule that Zoom call. We'd be happy to help you out in any way possible. So until next time, we hope to see you around town.